Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to build an authentic personal brand. Now, I get it. It can be a bit mind-boggling. However, when you just tackle on 3 of these authentic and key strategies to be able to make sure that you are standing out, stepping up, and equally showing up as you in a clear-cut and authentic kind of a way, it's going to sit all the more better for you, and it's going to sit all the more congruent to you even more so, because guess what? You're going to be understanding who you are. You're going to be able to stand true to your own light, and you'll also be standing in a way that is clear cut and concise so that others can equally understand it as well. So before we get stuck into this video, please make sure that not only do you go ahead and like, subscribe to this channel, but 2, make sure that you also stick around to the very end, because I've got a super cool gift to be able to share with you. And on top of that, I want to make sure that you're getting all of what you need from this. So please make sure you go ahead and comment as well underneath this video. So folks, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be talking about how to build an authentic personal brand. Yes, there are many ways about going to do it. There are many ways that you can make sure that you tap into, but these 3 clear-cut and concise individual ways to be able to suit who you are, to be able to suit your beliefs, your values, what it is that you do and why it is that you do it. These are really going to be able to help you to stand true within yourself, because folks, there's a really important message that I want to make sure that you hear within this video, right? And I'll kick it off by understanding and helping you to understand that representation really matters, which is why I wanted to do this video in the first place. So when you understand why representation matters, you're going to want to do these 3 things, in fact, even more, because you need to show up as you. And yes, I'm talking about the positive of you. I'm talking about the reason why you need to be in certain spaces to be seen more as you, not as somebody else, but as you. And there's a few little stories I'm going to share within this as well, just so you really get to grips as to why I'm sharing this with you. The first thing I want to make sure that you are touching base on is the idea of your beliefs. Now, how to even get or understand what your beliefs are, to really understand and explain what they are for yourself. Remember, always tap into your VPV, but in particular, tap into another one of the things that I need to make sure that you are representing or showing up with is your values. So that's 2 things in one already that I've given you, right? So those first 2 particular strategies, right? Your beliefs and your values. Understand what your VPV is for each of them, right? For your personal brand, sorry. Simply because when you get what your values are even more so, your beliefs become even more apparent. The reason why you're doing what you're doing becomes even more apparent. And equally, how you want to show up within your business becomes even more apparent. Your values resonate with what hits you here, hits you in your heart, hits you in gives you those goosebumps or hits you in the gut, right? Those values help you to recognize what those things are, because everything from your logos, from your fonts, from your colors, all the way through to how you express, how you talk, how your tone of voice is sounding, the look and feel of your websites, it all matters and comes from your values. It stems from there. Equally, when we lead back into the beliefs, the other point that I just mentioned, your values help to reinforce your beliefs. And what are your beliefs? Let's even just tap into that real quick, right? The idea of understanding, what do you believe in for you and your brand? Now, because it's your personal brand, remember, it's about you. So you can make this focused on you, right? What do you stand for? What is your fight? What is your cause, right? Your beliefs should help you to create your message. For example, you know me, my message is understanding that I want to help as many people as possible to see that they are more than what they see. Because it's my belief that everybody who is coming to the table with positivity, who is coming to the table with education, who is coming to the table with amazing, game-changing ways to help make this world a better place, deserves to be heard, because it's needed, right? There's so much hate in the world. I'm sure that you all can agree, those of you who are watching this. But at the same time, I want to make sure that all those who do have an amazing voice to be heard are heard. And all those who believe that this is only what they can do, see that there's a hell of a lot more under it that they can actually do. I want to help them to be able to understand that part about themselves. And that's exactly what I do within my branding business. For all those who I actually help within my service, that's what I do. I help them to realize sometimes, because that's all you need is just a few pointers of somebody pointing out for you, just to ask you just a couple of questions to help you to reestablish what that is for yourself, right? It's my belief that anybody who comes across my platform, anybody who comes across myself, gets to talk to me, will then understand that, you know what? Yeah, I am more than what I see. And that's okay. And that's going to be absolutely brilliant and amazing and game changing. So your beliefs, folks, what is it for you? Okay. Again, going back to your values, remember your values fuel a lot of what it is that comes from your brand. That part. And that's super important to be able to touch base on what those values are. Again, anytime a client comes to work with me, they will tell me what their values are, which is absolutely brilliant. However, I'm going to deep dive a little bit because there's meaning behind those values. And that meaning actually translates into what their message becomes. That meaning actually translates into how the look and feel actually looks, and actually how they actually want to show up in the long run. So there we go. Now, this third thing, I've kind of touched base on it before, but I really want to now hit it home, right? And it's the idea of representation. Now, aside from understanding that I'm a branding specialist and understanding that one of my missions is to help as many people as possible to understand that they are more than what they see, one of the things that I'm such a huge advocate for is understanding the idea of that representation matters. And funnily enough, depending on when you're actually watching this video, but literally a few years ago, a year or so ago, sorry, I was actually delivering some training. And on the stage, I was talking passionately about branding, because that's what I do, right? And I was delivering a bit of a keynote session as well. Off the back of me doing so, I came off of stage. People were absolutely amazed at, what they were learning and so forth. And one lady in particular came up to me and said, "Tan, do you know what? Just seeing you up on stage made me realize that I need to be doing the same. I need to be doing more of what I'm doing. I need to be showing up a hell of a lot more." And that lady was another Black female leader. Now, folks, until that moment, I hadn't actually realized or understood the entirety of what my message actually was. And until that moment, that's when it triggered for me. That's when it triggered for me that I really needed to understand that, do you know what, Tan, you're actually now seeing that you are more than what you see. And one of the things that I really want to share with you folks is, a lot of the times we view ourselves as this, but no, like I said to you before, we're a hell of a lot more, and we help people in a hell of a lot more of a way. Again, another client of mine, this was a while ago, where I thought I was just helping her out with a brochure design. It actually freed her up to do a hell of a lot more. That meant she could do and tackle family life. She could do and tackle general life, because she now had the time to do it. She didn't have to worry about this brochure, because it was handled. It was being taken care of by an expert. And again, folks, what are you doing that you're actually freeing up time for others to be able to go and experience, to be able to go and do, right? I'm helping others to now have the freedom to be able to just go and be. What are you doing? Representation matters. Let's come back onto that, because there's a hell of a lot of miscommunication. There's a hell of a lot of heartache, annoyances, indiscrepancies, injustices, even more so. Simply because, let's put it down to one major thing, that person, that type of person is not seen enough. So it's not they're not understood. So their being is not understood. One of my missions is to help people, as many people as possible, to stop being the anomaly and to start being the norm. So again, folks, what are you representing? Why are you not showing up enough? Or how can you show up even more based on your values, based on your beliefs, based on the reason why you do what you do? I'm going to leave you with that for the time being. And no doubt I will be covering another video with regards to why representation matters. And in actual fact, I'm going to share a video with you of a recent podcast that I did. And the things that I shared within that podcast interview are things that everybody needs to be having a conversation about, and things that we need to keep having the conversation about, so we can start taking action in that kind of a way, so positivity can come out of it, so that amazing, beautiful things can happen for our future, for our children's future, for our the future in general, right? The kids of today, they need to understand what they can actually do and the possibilities that they have, and they can be amazing. Anyway, folks, I'm going to leave it there, and I hope that this video really resonated with you. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel of mine, and equally share your comments with me underneath this video. Did this even resonate with you? And without further ado, all of what I've been talking about, please go ahead and click on the link that's also in the description box below to be able to get your hands on my supercharged guide. Now, the reason why I want you to get this is because not only are you going to be able to understand your VPV even more so, but you're also going to understand how you can make those better connections and have that authentic personal brand that you're desiring, that you're wanting to make sure that you're showing up with, so that others can see who you are too, in a positive way. This guide will be able to tap into those aspects for you. And this guide will make sure that you're actually reaching out with purpose, with direction, and with clear-cut focus. So folks, I'm going to leave it there. Please make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you on the other side.